Okay.
But recently, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have said that they're interested in doing a movie with Spider-Man. And that takes it to a whole other... I mean, people are talking about the money disagreements. I mean, you bring Sony into that mouse is not going to want to share that Deadpool money.
Well, they probably would because they're bringing in more money, and that's fine. I mean, they shared them already, but that would definitely be a PG-13 movie. That would not be... Listen, Spider-Man's not going to be rated R.
But Deadpool... It's not. He's top on the marquee.
Tell this boss.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that with Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man will never be a rated R character. Okay, I mean, listen,
I mean, he doesn't have to be a rated R character in a rated R.
He will
movie.
not. I give up.
I was wondering. When you paused, I was like, he's working it out.
I do have it worked out, but he's gonna fight me on this. I'm not. The merchandising alone with Spider-Man is going to prevent that. He's just his brand is not R-rated.
I really feel like that mold has been broken this weekend. Oh, would you grow up?
Well, this weekend, to record-setting numbers, guess who just strolled right into the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Yeah, I'm here, bitches, yeah.
I am soaking wet right now.
Yes, and he should be because he says, now I am officially in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. People, we're talking about Deadpool with his pal Wolverine this weekend. They made a lot of money. That's enough to get you all soaking wet down there alone. But he also said, you know what, now I can have my dream of not only being in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with my nasty ass when they told me you never, you know what, drop those dreams. I don't want to crush your hopes, man, but you will never, ever, ever be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You just too nasty for that. And he said, well, y'all all saw this weekend, and now that I did that, there's hopes that, I don't know, maybe one day I can even be an Avenger. Look at me, mama. I'm avenging. Yeah, people. Everybody here liked the movie. And of course, the rest of the world loved the film. It, again, broke records. And everybody was having a good time with this. And so that's the biggest thing with Marvel. It ain't not really about, your quality of acting or even what kind of storytelling you brought to this. It's about, again, this is my Mickey Mouse pimp voice. Bitch, where's my name? You a little short. Yeah, it's all about money to that mouse. So if you made that money, you goddamn right. You coming back.
Yeah, you get a seat at the table.
Yeah, you get a seat at the table. You coming back in. And the only time you will not be invited back is when you don't make no more money. So now that my man is in the Marvel Universe, this brings the question, how does he exactly fit? I mean, okay, that's great. He's in now, at least they say, but we still have a whole universe out there built on characters that are more PG-13 accessible, and I don't see for some of those characters why they would switch. I don't think you're gonna see a Thor rated R movie.
No.
You're not gonna see, you ain't definitely gonna see Captain America talking about you. You America. Yeah,
I don't know if they're going to go that far, but I feel like the tides are changing, and I feel like that PG-13 rule, I feel like that's kind of going out the window. I mean, for Deadpool, when I was in line getting that popcorn bucket, I saw a 5-year-old girl in a Deadpool costume. And I was trying to think, I was like, imagine when I was 6 years old, like my parents taking me to an R-rated movie like Deadpool. Like, it just doesn't register.
Those are just irresponsible parents. The thing.
Yeah, but most of America is irresponsible parents.
But that's still not going to change. Just because this girl's wearing Deadpool, it's not going to change that, Spider-Man ain't going to be rated R.
No.
Captain America's not going to be rated R. Hulk, not going to be rated R. Wolverine he's already been rated R, and maybe they'll take that route again on his own. But, so with the groundwork already being in place for a lot of PG-13 safe movies, how does Deadpool fit in? Let's just say when we have the big Avengers movie, Secret Wars and Doomsday, when that comes out and they want to bring in a lot of people, cameos by some of their biggest people out there, big featured appearances, how does someone like Deadpool fit into that? I was gonna go around the room and just ask everybody, what they thought. It seemed like one of the, and I'll just kick off the conversation with one way they could probably do it. I'm not saying any of these are ideal, but I'm just saying, off the top of my head, what I'm thinking here. And people, spoilers probably will be mentioned here. And I think we'll even do just a quick spoilery talk about the movie once we're done with this discussion. But one thing that they could do with him, if they want to put him in here, seemed like the most natural thing would be to bleep him. That would be a lot of bleeps.
That would be a lot of bleeps.
And then we get to a point, it would just be a tone.
But but there are times when I've seen where a character is bleeped and it's funnier than if they actually said the words.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Whenever he's about to cuss, a character cuts him off.
Yeah.
I don't know, shut your mouth. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that could be funny.
Well, I also think it's a thing where he could be in a PG-13 movie and he could, he could still talk nasty and use a lot of double entendres without saying shit. Yeah. Or, you can say shit. But.
And he could probably get one in. You know what? He could, because they already did it with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
So he could probably get it. He could get that one and he looks at the camera and be like, well, there's mine.
Yeah.
And that's it. He can make a joke out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also trying to get people used to him just not cussing in general, but just like being funny. Like they had him this weekend at Disneyland, like wearing a sweater, reading a story to an audience, so they're trying to get him out there not always cussing.
I bet the audience was mad.
People were laughing at what he was saying.
Yeah, it's funny and all.
You!
Show us your dick. What's
They make him mad. You don't shut the up right now. Here's another thing that they could do, because I don't think Deadpool, as far as like if we want to give him an Avengers type movie, he cannot be in a big leading role. Like he cannot lead the movie. Come on, that's out. That's out.
Right.
Once he's a lead character, it's a Deadpool movie.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It will have to be a Deadpool movie. Now that's where people going to draw the line. But with the Avengers, he could be a supporting role.
Yeah.
In the comics, we're looking at this. He's been an Avenger before. Mm-hmm. And as long as they keep him a side character and as long as they keep him within the right tones, like even with a serious Avengers movie, like let's just say we had Endgame, and what was the other one?
Infinity
Wars.
Yeah.
So let's just say we have Endgame. That was the first one, right? Infinity Wars was the first one. I'm sorry. Let's just say we're setting up there and things are dire. There were moments of like small, funny comedy in there.
Yeah.
And he could definitely do those small roles. And there could even be a point where somebody said, "Well, you shut the this is serious."
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess it can't. But they said, "Will you stop? This is serious for a moment." And then he could actually realize, like, oh yeah, maybe this is a little more serious than I thought. So he could fit in that way.
Sure.
What I think they'll end up doing is they'll play with perspective, because Deadpool is crazy and this is his movie we've seen him in where he's making himself look good. But maybe like when Black Widow and Falcon are talking, you'll just see Deadpool like, I'm just like talking to himself and like looking insane. That way you don't even really need to have him say that much. And you can have him on the side, because then you could cut to his perspective and you could start doing other shit, like him talking to the voices in his head and shit like that.
I actually have that written down right here. Play the other parts of his character up. He's crazy, which would still be funny. I actually wrote this. You're right. Other characters can react accordingly. Like he's over there, like he could be over there talking, breaking the fourth wall, and somebody be like, who are you talking to?
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody's wondering. And then it could turn to a thing where it's like, listen, we don't know if we need this character around because he's insane.
Yeah, they may leave him there.
Yeah.
Ditch him.
While he's talking to nothing. Yeah.
Playing with action figures.
Yeah. His fourth wall breaking, his comedy in his movies and other movies, he's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just don't know. He's going around just like he's just talking to himself.
Oh, I'm so funny.
When he turned to a mouse. Yeah, I think that would be great for them to do that. And even at times when things are serious, it could be like, this guy, we don't know about him. They've done that with the Punisher. When the Punisher comes around, they're just like, that's nuts, man. We can't deal with him. We can't have him around. And then maybe he comes and even saves the day somehow, with his crazy ass. Another thing that could probably work is Kevin Feige could come in. Or not Kevin Feige.
He just walks into the movie.
He just walks in the movie and like, hey, get out of here. No, Deadpool can make a joke about how Kevin Feige he's like, hey, don't blame it on me if you're not getting what you want. This guy's holding me back right here. You know, he can make a joke like that and they could go from there with something, you know?
Yeah.
I also think, I don't know about this. Here's another thing they could do. Just team him up with characters that are potentially R-rated. Like, like maybe now that Deadpool's a success, they will do a rated R show, which I think they are going to do with The Punisher. That's going to be on Disney Plus, but for mature audiences. Maybe they'll make Blade rated R after this.
They confirmed that.
They did.
They did.
Okay, great. And maybe Ghost Rider could even be a potential.
Oh, that would be awesome.
But I think, those characters you could team them up with, but then there's the tone of those movies. Mm-hmm. Those movies are dark. These characters are dark. How would Deadpool cracking jokes and whatnot be with the Punisher,
Yeah, I don't see that working.
Yeah. That's something that, again, the tone is just, you would have too much of a comedy thing clashing with a dark, serious thing over here. But who knows? Who knows, man?
Well, look, you started with Iron Man, which was very grounded. Mm-hmm. And then later, Iron Man's hanging out with a talking raccoon. And it worked.
Well, yeah, once they are established, I think you're right, Martin. Once they're established, they can have a point. Wait, even Blade could be like, you get the f*** out of here. I'm tired of dealing with your bullshit. I know, I'm skating uphill. Fuck on. This ugly white man away from me. But I don't know, man. That's something that you could probably do. Yeah. But those are the things that I was kind of thinking of right there that you could do with Deadpool to pull him in. There's probably a lot of other things you could do. Anything else I can think of?
No. I think you covered it.
Well, I've heard that the next Deadpool movie, and this is just rumors and shit like that, but I've heard that the next one they're going to around. They're going to be like, and this one is Deadpool 3. And I think the rumor online is that he's going to be like with Iceman or something like that. Okay. But recently, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman have said that they're interested in doing a movie with Spider-Man. And that takes it to a whole other, people are talking about the money disagreements. You bring Sony into that mouse is not going to want to share that Deadpool money.
Well, they probably would because they're bringing in more money, and that's fine. They shared them already.
Well, that's why Sony was not involved in this movie.
But that would definitely be a PG-13 movie. That would not be, listen, Spider-Man's not going to be rated R.
But Deadpool. It's not. He's top on the marquee.
Tell this boy.
Yeah, they're not going to do that with Spider-Man.
That Spider-Man will never be a rated R character. Okay? Listen,
he doesn't have to be a rated R character in a rated R movie.
He will not. I give up.
I was wondering, can you pause? I was like, he's working it out.
I do have it worked out, but he's going to fight me on this. I'm not. The merchandising alone with Spider-Man is going to prevent that. He's just his brand is not R-rated.
I really feel like that mold has been broken this weekend. Oh, would you grow up?
Help me, Jesus. It ain't gonna happen. Ouch.
I remember when someone said the Avengers would never happen.
Hey, I'm not even in this.
Wait a minute, I pulled this man's camera out. There you go.
Aha.
So, damn, had a bunch of bad wires up in here. There you are looking crispy, Martin. Look at that.
Whoa. Not quite crispy.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Look at that. I was doing you a favor saying that Spider-Man will be in an R-rated movie. I replaced the cord.
This is what we're going to do, sir. This is what we're going to do. Because I respect that you are sticking so strong to your convictions. When that R-rated Spider-Man movie comes out, not $50, not $100, not $150, I will give you $200 if that movie comes out.
Okay.
Now, don't come to me when I'm 89 years old asking for that money. There's got to be a time limit on that. But let's just say in the next, I don't know what we'll be doing in the next 10 years, but within the next 10 years, if a rated R Spider-Man movie comes out, I'll give you $200.
Well, what if it's an R-rated movie with Spider-Man?
That
in it?
counts.
Okay.
Oh,
that counts.
okay. Wow. Okay.
Because like R-rated Spider-Man movie, I agree with you guys. That ain't gonna happen. But I could see a movie coming out, Deadpool, Wolverine, and Spider-Man. I could see that as a title.
Okay, now go ahead.
I could see the Punisher with Spider-Man because that's where the Punisher started as a Spider-Man villain.
Mm-hmm. But the Punisher would be PG-13. He would not be the. He would not be.
There's no point in a PG-13.
If he's with Spider-Man, maybe. Now, if he has his own movie and then he comes and hangs out with Spider-Man, that's going to be PG-13.
But he has his own rated R movie, and Spider-Man comes to try to catch him, and he's unsuccessful.
If it's a cameo.
Yeah.
Now that's we ain't counting cameos. We ain't counting cameos. Ow! We ain't counting cameos. we ain't talking strawberry, raspberry, all them good flavors. Some of y'all don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. Is he having a stroke right now? Yes. But not a cameo. He has to be a featured, long-running supporting character in the movie. If it's not his movie. And, you can come in and be like, oh, golly, oh, man, Deadpool, you're crazy. It can't be like anything like that. He has to be in the movie. His name has to be in the title.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do.
Does his name have to be in the title?
What are we talking here? Let's say he's in like 50% of the movie?
Yes, more or less. Yeah.
More or less, because he is a featured character.
Nah, man, maybe 35.
Yeah, there you go.
No, that's not a featured character.
35.
35?
Yeah.
I'll give you 35 then. 35. 35 for 200.
All right.
There you go. Y'all remember this. Y'all remember this day. I would gladly pay this man within the next 10 years now.
Okay.
Because you're right. You never say never.
And I think that they have some interesting stuff planned with Spider-Man. Like, we didn't mention it during the Von Doom discussion, but like, imagine how good of the best thing that could come out of Robert Downey Jr. being Victor Von Doom is having the moment where Spider-Man sees him. It's like, Dad, you're back, and then he's like, "The out of my way, kid."
I'll give you a cameo. But as far as a main character, I don't believe so. But we'll see. Shit, the world might be so crazy in the next 5 years. Anything
Exactly.
can happen. Yeah, you
Don't count anything.
Yeah,
out.
I
that's
mean,
true.
Kevin Feige has said, "Man, we don't have anything in the works, but DC Marvel crossover, it could happen."
Oh, yeah, he did say that.
I believe that happens before Spider-Man goes real off.
We'll see.
All right then. Anyway, y'all, let me see what happens here. I don't know. We need to do a Deadpool spoiler talk. We don't do
We've done enough.
Yeah, we've done enough.
And everybody else is doing them.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I did not want to do a spoiler talk, because everybody else is doing them. I thought it'd be, and I got to tell you something, man. Let me give credit to James Mulholland. He's one of the editors that we have. This conversation that we have here came from a conversation between him and I. He actually gave me the idea for this. So he was trying to say, do both the spoiler talk and this discussion we just had. But I'm like, nah, man, I'm dead pooled out now. I'm drowning in that pool now.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.